Hello and welcome back to In Other News. This week we are going over our highlights from E3 2018. So in chronological order, we're going to go through each conference and give our highlight from that conference. So, to begin with, shall we start where it all began, with EA?
Yes, EA's conference. So one of my favourite highlights from that was they announced new Star Wars Battlefront 2 DLC. Now I still, to this day, play Battlefront 2. I think it's really, really fun game. It's got a lot of shtick because they screwed over the whole microtransactions and all that stuff, so people are not it. But they've got rid of that kind of all that now, and they've changed a few things. And I still play it a little bit, the multiplayer now, and it's still such a really fun game. And the thing that I'm announced about the DLC is they announced the kind of Clone Wars era. So we've got General Grievous being announced, Obi-Wan, Anakin, loads of maps in that. And that's one of the favourite things I love from the original Battlefront 2. Do you remember the original Battlefront?
Yeah, definitely.
Just playing as Grievous against Obi-Wan and playing across the, where the Clone Wars takes out that big Colosseum place and sandy places. And it was just...
Geonosis. Is it Geonosis?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And you had the Mos Eisley map where you could play as all the heroes.
Yeah. So that's going to be a cool thing for me, because at the moment it was supposed to be set throughout all of them, but it seems to only be Phantom Menace characters where you've got Darth Maul, and then the later ones it kind of misses out that one. But now they're bringing it all together now, so that's going to be cool.
I did find it quite interesting as well. In the E3 announcement, they did make a comment on how they got the game wrong to start with.
Did they?
And how they've fixed it now. So because I haven't played the new Battlefront 2 purely because of all the controversy around the microtransactions. So I don't actually know how it's evolved as a game since its release. But as you said, it would be very interesting to see all these new characters and new places as well.
Yeah.
So my highlight for EA's conference would be Unravel 2. Unravel was such a cool game. I didn't play it myself, but I watched some YouTubers play it, and it was so cute as a game. It was so...
It looks good though. Like
it does.
I like the games that looks obviously cartoony and it's not supposed to be realistic looking, but they still make it look just like fresh and crisp, and everything's just like, you see the water, it just looks so good.
Yeah, the graphics, the animation on Unravel, the original Unravel, were incredible. And one of my favourite things about it was that it was such a story-driven game, and yet there was no speech.
Oh, really?
It was all visual storytelling. There was no exposition, there was nothing like that. It was all just things happened, and that gave you the story that the universe was in. So it is going to be incredible to see how they push it, how they move the story forward, and how they incorporate the second player.
Yeah, so was he not in the first one, this second character?
No, it was just the red one. The red character was throughout the whole first game. The blue character we haven't seen at all yet.
Yeah. So they're doing is it a thing like they did with A Way Out, where you have to play with two characters, or is it just if you play on your own, you control two of them? I think the main focus is on you do it with two players, but I
think they're pushing it to be even if there's just one player, you are still controlling two characters.
Oh, okay.
Or it could be two players controlling two characters.
Yeah, so you need to get through puzzles by doing teamwork, and I like that bit, because that's what I liked about A Way Out, how they brought co-op into it, because we'd kind of lost the kind of split screen era of gaming, and the only obviously is just online multiplayer now, across headsets and stuff. So that's a cool thing. I am looking forward to seeing more games. I hope they do more games where it's it's based on co-op in the same room. So the next conference we'll talk about is Microsoft. Now, how Microsoft approached it was they just revealed a shit ton of games, just piled it, which I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
It kept the pace going, and it just non-stop game, and I was like, by the end of it, I was like, how many games are they doing? So one game I did like from that was they announced the new Devil May Cry 5. People are excited because they're bringing kind of back the old Dante from it, You saw at the end of the trailer him riding on a bike. And,
Yeah.
Because people didn't really like the new model of the new the new Devil May Cry. Still a really good game, and sold pretty well. But it was kind of a bit of a backlash, so they're kind of bringing it back to its roots and making a 5. I'm not really sure what the story is about yet, but we saw some gameplay and some cinematic stuff, and it just looks really, really cool.
The gameplay, I've got to say, because it's similar with a lot of the games that we're going to talk about. I've not played any of them yet, but the gameplay does look incredible. Like, it was graphically beautiful. It looked fluid.
Yeah.
It's a hack and slash, isn't it?
Yeah, and I do like that about hack and slash game. It seems to be non-stop action from when you start the game to go. It is also very story based, but it's just loaded and loaded and loaded with action, and that's what I really like. So I probably will get Devil May Cry. I don't really played 1, 2, or 3. Or is there a 4? Or was the new one 4? Yeah, or 4. I've only played the new one, so maybe I have to go back and get the HD collection and then play number 5.
Maybe. My highlight from Microsoft, it was a close one, but I'm going to have to give it to Jump Force, a game that I bet you couldn't care less about.
Well, I don't really watch anime or any of that stuff, so
I'm not going to lie. Jump Force was my only speechless moment this E3. When that first shot of the heads of the first and second Hokage were there, I was like, I looked at the screen and I was like, it can't be, can it? Is it? And then it moved on to Dragon Ball and One Piece, and I was like, wait a second, this is anime.
I was confused about it. I was like, is this 2 different things or is that just one? I'm so confused. But yeah.
But I am so excited for this game. It looks incredible. I love the art style they've gone for. I love the fact that they've not gone for the 2D cell shaded effect. I like the fact that the game has its own art style, even though obviously all the source material comes from different art styles. I am very interested to see how it turns out. I don't think it's going to be a guaranteed success. I think they are going to have to get a lot right. I know that there was some gameplay shown like the playable demos at E3, where people were saying it is not balanced yet. There's still some things that need fixing in the gameplay. But I'm most interested to see how they incorporate Death Note. Death Note being a very Death Note being a psychological thriller based on the idea of writing someone's name down and them dying. How do you translate that to a 3D
I'd be
brawler?
that character every time, just as you're about to hit.
Yeah, you have like Naruto, Goku and Luffy all like running at light, and he's just sat there writing their names down in the book.
How do you spell that? Dead.
So our next conference cover is Ubisoft, and I'm going to open with talking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So obviously we knew Assassin's Creed Odyssey was coming.
Yep.
We talked about it in our last video. I am concerned about this video as much as I am excited, because it is going to be set around 480 BC, which is a notable difference, a notable time earlier than Assassin's Creed Origins, where they explained the origin of the Assassin's Creed. So they're only going before the beginning of the story. I like the look of the gameplay. I think it's going to be fun. I like the fact that it's based on, it's following the story of Leonidas from 300, which is quite a good film, to be honest. However, I just don't think it should have been an Assassin's Creed game.
One of the other things from Ubisoft was Beyond Good and Evil 2. We have seen, was it last E3 we saw the first beginning trailer?
Yep.
And now they've shown even more cinematic stuff. See, I didn't really play number 1, Beyond Good and Evil 1. I've seen footage of it and stuff. I'm just excited about it because the voice acting's really good. It looks sick. It's what was the stuff about the art? Is that the art?
Yeah, they brought in, is it Joseph Gordon-Levitt's company, where basically they're doing a thing where you can enter. They're doing community-made artwork and music in the game, which is a really good idea. At the same time, it's worrying that they've been developing this game for years now, and they've only just pitched this idea of bringing in the community to make stuff for the game.
Although that's another worrying thing. letting the community do things on a game.
You're gonna have building face in the middle of the main city.
Yeah,
but it does look very good.
Yeah, I like how they've added that into it, and it can be really like if you watch it on different people playing it. If they do it right, it can almost look like a completely different art style of game.
Yeah,
and that'd be cool.
So moving on to Bethesda.
Yes. One thing I liked from Bethesda's one was Rage 2. Now they did do a trailer pre E3. Do you remember that one? It was like real life people kicking off cans of paint, and it was
I didn't watch it.
Okay. They did that pre thing, so people got excited before it, and then they showed even more with it. So did you play Rage 1?
Nope. I know nothing about this game.
So Rage 1 is a really good game, but the only one problem with it, I think, was it wasn't ambitious enough. It was kind of like a Borderlands thing, but Borderlands kind of did everything better than it. But it had unique moments that could be good. So I'm excited to see if Rage 2 kind of makes those gets those elements and just makes them even better. Yeah, and I like with the trailers they not really took themselves too seriously, and hopefully it's going to be a kind of tongue-in-cheek game.
Is that the one where they got the rock band on?
Mate, I think so. Yeah, maybe.
That's why I skipped it. So I didn't actually watch that part of Bethesda's E3.
I think it was that way. No, it wasn't.
My highlight for Bethesda's E3 and low light. It's the emotional roller coaster of E3. Starting out with Fallout 76, which looks like a great game. They've claimed it's going to be 4 times bigger than Fallout 4, but it's going to be always online, which is where my hype went from here to there. Not even on camera anymore. It's just gone. It looks like a really good game, and it looks like a really good premise, and I like the idea of being able to play Fallout in multiplayer. However, I don't like the fact that they're pitching it where all survivors are players, and they've also said in the trailer that there's going to be nuclear launch sites where you can launch nukes at anywhere on the map. You can nuke the other players. People are just going to piss around with it. People are going to take advantage of that. And so, at that point, when my hype was at its lowest, then they announced Skyrim for the Amazon Echo, which was just rubbing salt in the wound. And then at the very end, they showed like 5 freaking seconds of Elder Scrolls 6. And then they fixed my broken heart, even though it's probably going to be a few years before we actually see it.
Yeah.
But I am very excited. I cannot wait for Elder Scrolls 6.
We'll probably see like in the next 3 E3s to come. We'll probably just get
we'll get like a cinematic trailer next year, gameplay trailer the year after, and then it'll probably be like,
and then it'll get cancelled.
Yeah.
What's next? Whoa. Right, your favourite company next, Square Enix.
Fuck Square Enix.
I don't know why he doesn't like Square Enix. So I
love Square Enix. Their fucking conference was shit. Moving on.
What did you want?
I wanted Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Ah, there we go. It's good.
I wanted Final Fantasy. I hate them because they have not shown us Final Fantasy VII.
There we go. We might as well move on before he spirals down into a depression. Now, next one is my favourite company. Not my favourite conference. Sony. They always kill it every year. And they took a different approach to Microsoft, where it was just game after game after game after game. They only did 4 games. Well, they did little ones in between, but 4 major games, but went really in depth with them. Obviously, you've got to talk about The Last of Us 2. Obviously, they showed gameplay footage of it. First look at gameplay footage where you play as Ellie. Just looked so good. I doubt when I play it, it's going to look that good. No, because they play it in a certain way. When we play it, we're gonna play it on the channel. Spoiler alert. So, did you watch it?
Yes.
So I like the bit where it kind of went from, kind of happy times. Oh, it's them dancing and kissing. When I don't know when that is set. Is that like after or pre? And then it spirals around, and then she's fucking lynching someone.
What I really liked even more about that bit was that the hall that conference was in was styled after the hall that they were dancing in. Did you notice that?
Oh, really?
They had the same like shape, and they had the lights hanging down.
Nice.
They decorated the conference hall to look
Yeah.
like that opening shot from the Last of Us trailer.
One thing I did miss was seeing Joel in it.
Yeah.
I missed Joel in it, but obviously,
Is he dead? Is he going to
I
be
hope
dead?
not. I hope this doesn't.
Or
bring
either
him
that,
back
or he's going to die at the very beginning.
Don't say that. I'd rather him die at the end than at the beginning.
Yeah, I hope he dies. Well, I don't want don't want to say I hope he dies at the end.
I hope he dies at the end.
But yeah, I hope he doesn't die at the beginning or is already dead.
Yep,
That would be...
It's going to be a great game. There's no ifs or buts about it. It's going to be amazing. It's Naughty Dog. They crush it every single time.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to play it.
And talking about another incredible game, Death Stranding.
Walking Simulator!
Yep, first time we got to see gameplay for this, because before we saw the guy's face, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that was about it.
There was like 2 trailers. No, there was actually quite 3 trailers, but
that's
all
all
of
I'd
them
seen.
showing completely different things, not making any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
They were very weird.
I mean, I've got to say, I'm confused as to what the story of this game is.
Yeah.
Like, what is with the baby, and what is with the flying see-through ghost people. However, even though nothing actually really happened in the trailer, it was so engaging and it was so atmospheric.
I think that was the point of it, really.
Yeah.
To keep it vague and keep it like what the fuck's going on. So,
but it does look like it's going to be an insane story game.
I wonder when he's going to actually start bringing out information about it. Like, is it just going to wait until it launches and then find out yourself?
Probably. I feel like at this, did it have a release date? Is it?
Don't think so.
So it'll probably be like in next year kind of dealio. So yeah, I feel like either we're gonna get story with a really like more like stuff with a release date, or it's just gonna be kept as vague as possible until launch, knowing that people are really hyped about it already.
Yeah. It looks like a good game.
It
Weird ass game, but
yeah, very weird.
Good game. But I'm excited to see more gameplay, not just him walking.
Yeah, I hope that's not all the gameplay.
One can only hope. Now we have Nintendo.
One more conference to go.
The one that it's fun for all the family.
Nintendo.
Nintendo. One thing that Nintendo announced was Super Mario Party. Mario Parties were always a great game.
Yeah.
I think I've played like every single one of them.
I think I played one.
You played number 1, or you played one Mario Party?
One Mario Party.
Oh, I was going to say, you played one. Fucking hell, that's it.
DS.
Mario Party DS is the only one you played?
Yep.
You don't know you're born, mate. You've not lived. So one thing I didn't like in the new ones was how they put them... Do you know how they move around the map?
Yeah.
They put them all on one board, on one car, and you move together. It still worked as a thing, but it wasn't as good. And I think in this one, we saw everyone moving around, even Bowser. You could play as Bowser. Normally, he's always been a boss or an evil one. So that was an exciting thing to see Super Mario Party. We can move around again, separate beings. Yay!
Wahoo! Wahoo! And then Super Smash Brothers. They're including everyone.
Yeah.
Just every character. They're just like, oh, you want more characters? Have all of them.
You want everyone? Have all of them. But I hope they bring more people in as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I hope there's new characters.
Yeah. From games we've not seen. I hope they don't just go, now here's everyone. Because most of the people who in the later games have already been in the earlier games anyway.
Yeah.
So it'll only be like a few of them that have not shared the same stage. But
for example, one of the gameplay trailers, they showed Ridley? Right?
What?
What's the big dragon thing from Metroid? I think it's Ridley.
Ridley, yeah.
They showed that,
Sorry,
which wasn't in Brawl and wasn't in 4.
Was it Brawl?
Ridley, not as a playable character.
No, you can play as Ridley. What?
Yeah, they were playing as Ridley.
Crazy.
I'm not talking about to battle against. I'm talking playable characters. I'm really confused though I'm really confused as to whether they're going to include DLC characters. Now, in 4, I had Cloud as a DLC character. And I really hope that Cloud is in the new one.
Yeah, well, they say in the Smash Bros. History, so I would expect they would do that.
Because that's going to be sick.
Yeah.
And Smash Brothers games are always a win.
Yeah, man. And you kick my ass every single time.
Hell yeah. I'm good at that shit.
I'm
Are we
okay.
gonna have to get a Switch for the channel?
Yeah, man. And the Labo.
Or a Wii U?
No,
It'll probably come out on Wii U.
Oh, we'll get that then. No, Switch is better. We'll get
Or
Switch.
could just get you a DS.
Fuck off, mate. I'm not playing it on DS. If I'm playing it on Switch.
It'd probably be easy to get Wii U. Fucking hell.
That was
That's the segue.
That was my body trying to think of DS, trying to play it on DS. Fucking just coughed it up. So that was our moments from E3 that we liked the most.
I realised that a lot of my favourite moments were also moments I didn't like. But yeah, we liked them. E3, yay!
Can't please everyone all the time, and you can't please all of them every time. I've been Mike.
I've been Ryan.
We are the Informal Gamers. Thanks for watching.